What's going on, everybody? Just got through doing a little bit of homework, but I wanted to come on and do a freestyle rant of if I was talking to a younger kid, what are some of the top skills you need as an adult that you need to start learning like right now? If I could go back and talk to 16, 17-year-old Mike, what's some of the stuff I would tell him like you need to be thinking about these things now? One thing is to understand organization and stability. They kind of go hand in hand. Got to have some kind of organization, some kind of stability, and it's a skill to be able to maintain organization and stability because not everybody can maintain it. Not everybody even have stability. So that's one of the things you really got to get to first before you even get to any career field, get to any bag, get to any kind of money. You got to have organization and stability. You just don't get there by happenstance. A lot of discipline that it's going to take. A lot of sacrificing it's going to take. Reading is one of the most slept on skills as an adult. Reading. To sit down and just read, comprehend, and read some more. Sit down and read. Man, you got to read, man. Kids now, they really struggling with reading. And I would tell kids, man, when you get home, read a book. If it's 10 pages a day, start off with 5 pages. Work your way up to half a book. 5 pages, 10 pages another week, 15 pages another week. And in my opinion, it's just about being still. A lot of times it's hard for kids to be still nowadays because it's when they get home, they just doing whatever, wherever they're from. But reading is a definitely an important skill. Have some kind of mechanical skills, whether it's change a tire, especially for a man, changing the tire. If you got to change your own oil sometime, knowing how to do that, knowing where to go get a new tire at, understanding who got the best deals. This is for man or woman. Learning how to cook or learning how to grill will save you so much money. When I was younger, living with roommates, it's like three of us. I didn't cook that much. I should have cooked more. When I sit back and think about it, McDonald's McChickens, I was eating those like crazy. Um, and Dollar Menu, that was my friend. But if I would have had some sense, I would have been cooking. I would have saved so much money. I would have been cooking. And then when I did cook at home, probably on the Foreman grill, because that's when that was famous, and you was making like burgers and stuff on the grill. Chicken patties. But really learning how to cook is a skill that you need to learn as an adult. It'll say, especially now. You go to the grocery store now, you probably gonna spend at least $100 if you shopping for a family. At least $100. I think if you shop for yourself, you may just pick things that you want. You may end up being like $80 to $100. Just basic stuff. And the times we living in now, it's fit to get tougher. You really got to go figure out how to get to the money in a more efficient way, because it's gonna mess around and be the wild wild west out here. We got to be smart, be careful, and really improve your adult skills. Another thing we talk about on the Thinking Game podcast. Make sure you check that out. We might have to do it tomorrow. We might have to do it Friday, Thursday. I got a class Thursday night, so we might not be able to do it Thursday. We'll see. But we talk about this a lot. Being able to think through stuff and not be so reactive is the skill to have. Being able to think, being able to have foresight, being able to have discernment, being able to walk away. Another skill is learning how to let go of stuff. Don't hold grudges. Just let it go. It's not worth it. It's not worth your health. It's not worth your mind. It ain't worth your time. It's just worth it just to let it go. Learning how to forgive people even when they don't deserve it is for you, not for them. Learning how to forgive yourself in turn from the things that you was doing previous. A skill. Learning how to make good decisions, even if it goes against what you desire. That's a skill. Sometimes we grow up in difficult situations, whether it's single parent household. They told me bust out my AP, perfect time, man. Um, the circumstances are not as great as we want them to be, but there will come a point in time when you have control over what you do, whether it's being when you're a teenager or when you become an adult. You'll be able to make your own circumstance and make your own situation. When you become an adult, you don't have time to blame somebody when you become an adult. That's one thing I had to learn how to do, not blaming anybody for my failures. Because you will have them. Just keep living. You will have them. You will take some losses. But when you learn how to not blame another person for your losses or your failures, that will make you get better exponentially by being self-accountable. Another skill to have, being self-accountable. Understanding that if I want to play the dating game, that's a whole nother world where there's no rules like the Wild Wild West. There's no rules. Sometimes it's about who can take advantage of the other person first, who can get the upper hand. That's what I mean by that. Who can get the upper hand, who get the leverage. Try not to make turnovers or mistakes, but it happens. Some people go into the dating game and they have the worst of luck. Some people go into the dating game, they kind of get in and get out. But just know when you go into it, you're not gonna come back the same. Before you went into it, you won't come back the same. Another skill is being able to endure tough times and endure pain when it hits you. Won't tell nobody how to deal with their pain, but knowing the skill to endure. They told me bust out my AP, perfect time, man. Being able to endure something, slept on skill, because the world don't stop, especially for men. I can only speak from a man's standpoint. Pain hits you, whether it's a loss of a loved one, internal body pains and aches, you still have to go to work. You want to have kids, you want to have a family, you want to take care of, have a wife and kids. You become a provider. If you got logical sense, that means you're going to have to put in the work. And then when you build on that logical sense, you start figuring out how can I do it more efficiently without having to put in manual labor time. Well, if something happened to me, my money starts to decline because of my health. Thank God for giving me the foresight about working in information technology because it's not a manual labor kind of job. The higher you go up, the less manual labor it is. It's more mental labor, solving problems, communication with people. Articulation is a skill. I struggled with this in my younger days, learning how to articulate what I'm thinking. Another skill is not being able to get caught in the trend of what's going on. Knowing who you are and staying within the parameters of who you are. Being able to add stuff to your skill set that brings you value. That's a skill. Being able to find out stuff if you don't know it. That's a skill. You don't know about how real estate works. Research it and find out. There's so much information out there now. Don't fall for these scams. Learning about businesses. What kind of businesses? Proprietorship, partnership, corporation, or LLC. Learn about it. Just saying you want to start a business that's very broad, and you have to start narrowing it down at some point if you're trying to scale up. You have to figure out what kind of business is it. Is this a sole proprietorship? Is this a partnership? Is it a corporation or is it an LLC? And I'm taking these classes right now, MBA class, Master Business Administration. And I'm thinking about doing a vlog on my channel, Mike Flair, about the days when I get done with class, doing a vlog or doing some content around it. Because it's my first time taking master classes, so I'm learning something new. And I say that to say that because sometime in life you will learn new things you don't know. And just take on a challenge and learn it. Another skill. To take on a challenge to learn something new that you never done before. Not being afraid to fail. That's another skill. Don't be afraid of failure, especially if you're trying. Some things you just not good at. And some things you never know you're good at until you try it. But don't be afraid to fail. Also, don't ever say what you won't do. You never know what might happen. Think about Snoop Dogg. He's dealing with that right now. You got to be careful about what you say about other people because you might end up doing it. You was giving everybody else tough times. Now you want grace. Hard to do. But even in that, some people, man, they got a price tag, whether they want to say it or not. And when you're an entertainer, you got a price tag. That's the whole point of being an entertainment. Is to get the bag. Whether we agree with it or not, it didn't matter. Tell you the truth, I wasn't even thinking about it. I'm more focused on developing myself and improving myself and self-value in the corporate world so I can demand more money as a regular person. I'm not an entertainer, not a celebrity, just a regular working guy. So with that being said, I just wanted to come on and rant a little bit about top adult skills to have. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. What are some of the skills you think that a teen should think about having when they become an adult? 'Cause sometimes we grow up without knowing. We learn later instead of learning earlier, and that's the whole purpose of this channel is to give the insight so they can learn earlier and not have to learn some things late like I did. I'm real big on that, giving back insight and game. Because I know they say the game is to be sold, not to be told. But I believe we got to give our kids the game so they can be better, have a better head start than we did. Because sometimes information can be the thing that take a person over the top. Just knowing how to do something, knowing the steps, knowing where to go look it up, knowing where to research. So with that being said, let me know in the comments what you think. I'm about to get ready to sign out. You ready to go to bed so I can go to work tomorrow? And this is Mike Flair. This is my rant, top adult skills. Be sure to check out Thinking Game sometime this week. And I am signing out.
See, I'm too deep to change. Everybody know my name. I guess I gotta